Welcome back to the boat. It's now time to start working on the console and redoing all of that. I got some, if we look at the table, you can see I have some stuff ready. I have a RPM gauge, some USB sockets, electrical wires, tools, stuff like that to get this thing going. And then if we look here, so basically my idea, if I can get the RPM sensor to work, is to replace the audio unit that is here with the RPM gauge. Then if that works, then I will move this panel a little bit to the right side. Then I will take this Raymarine autopilot and I will put it in here. And then probably these gauges in here, I will move them to the top, and then I will put the new switch panel here and maybe leave this heating unit where it is. Depends how tightly it is connected there and how easy it is to move. And then this depth finder will leave somewhere. I will take it completely out. And then also I have an inverter here, and that is most likely gonna stay in there. So just now need to get going, start to take out some wires, see where everything is going and start to take it all apart. I have some 4mm plywood that I will use. I'm not really sure, will I replace the whole like the whole wood panel that is in here, or will I just make another one of there, but we'll see as we go. So yeah, first thing to do is just remove all of those panels and wires and see how it's all connected. Alright, day one shall be done for now. I'm just sweating like crazy, even though it's not that warm in here. I was able to, we take a closer look of the panel, I was able to get rid of all the old gauges and playing a little bit with the new rev counter. But sadly I will need some new parts that will be delivered tomorrow to be able to finish it. And like these old gauges, like this voltmeter, it's like so old and dirty. And same with the fuel and with the engine hours. But now, if everything works as hoped, I will have a digital readout on the RPM gauge for the engine hours. So what I'm most likely gonna do is, if I can get the RPM gauge to work, I will ditch the engine hour counter basically completely, or then I will just put it somewhere inside the console, so it's like a backup counter there, because of course this will start from 0, so people can actually believe how many hours has been driven with the boat. And then tomorrow I still need to unhook the Raymarine panel, and it's starting to get there. Yeah, it's like I just made so freaking big mess in here, but it's getting better. And I will have tomorrow to basically get everything back together, get the new gauges installed, build the new panel, because then day after tomorrow we will go on a cruise for an overnight. So everything just, it needs to be correct at that point. So most likely it's gonna be a long day tomorrow, but I will see you then. Alright, it's day 2 and I'm back on the boat. I've got the remaining gear that I need to finish the project. Look at the table, got the switch panel, got the new fuel gauge. I was thinking of doing also the new battery monitor, replace the old one that is like really old, but I will have a digital battery gauge here on the switch panel, so I will ditch that completely. And I also have a digital engine hours on the new RPM gauge, but I will keep this as a backup to show like the original hours. And if we look at the console here, I will probably put it like somewhere like here or something like that, the old one. And and today's project will be to, well, finish everything. Need to still get rid of the, or disconnect the Raymarine autopilot, get it out, take the last screw out from the heating unit, and disconnect all of these wires for the instrument panel to get that out, then do the new panel. I'm gonna do it so that I will just put a 4mm plywood panel on top of this and then just cut out the new holes for it, and then need to figure out like where I will put the side panel to basically fit the iPad, like how far back I wanna push it or need to push it to fit everything, probably somewhere around here. And then also still need to do the wire from the engine room, from the alternator, do it all from the engine room through the bilge and to the RPM gauge, so I can actually get the signal from the alternator. So yeah, that will be the projects for today, and let's hope I will get it all done, because tomorrow we need to go out with the boat, so it would be nice that if I could actually drive the boat. So let's go get on with it. Alright, I got the plywood cut now for the new panels, and basically I don't have too many options because I'm not able to fit like the autopilot. I know I want it here, and the instrument panel is so big that there really isn't too many options. I cannot put the switches on the right side of the instrument panel, and so you can take the iPad, it's gonna basically come somewhere around here, end up. So yeah, and I still have some USB sockets that I need to put in there. So basically it's gonna go that we have the autopilot here, the switch panel on top of that, then the instrument panel, the fuel gauge will go up there, then we will have the stereo controllers here, and then I will put the final USB plug in here, and that shall be it. So next I will just draw the placements for those, go and cut them out, and then start to install the panels. And I will not do any of the time lapse for this, so when I come back, hopefully everything is installed, connected and actually working, and we can then take a closer look of the final product. Well, day 2 is now pretty much done. I've been now at it for about 7 hours all in all, and well, some things work, some things doesn't. So if we take a look at the panel now, you see we have the autopilot now here, it works. We have the engine starter. I can actually start the engine, that's nice. Some for reason X, none of the warning lights come on. The radio, it doesn't work. The engine hours, I need to connect it to the starter so it's not running constantly. If I now just plug it straight in, it will just keep on running until I pull out the fuse. There is a couple of USB chargers, these work. Fuel gauge doesn't work. I don't know what it is. I plugged it in exactly the same way as the old one. I don't know if it's the sensor, if it's something else, who knows, needs some more investigation. There is the switch panel, it works. There is the battery voltage, there is USB chargers, they work. Then I have here, I have the engine room fan, and you can maybe hear it, it does work. Then on this one I have lights for the gauges. It should work in here as well. For reason unknown, it doesn't. And then I also try to, like, this should go to the windshield wiper. That's in here, but that doesn't work either. So yeah, it's one of those things that, like, what the hell is going on, because like everything looks as it be, but like as you can, if you can see something in here, it's a freaking shit show. So I need to redo all of the wiring at some point. So yeah, day 2 done. The boat is now in that kind of condition that I know that it's safe to go out tomorrow. All the main things work. It's just, it boggles me, like especially like, let's say the RPM gauge. I checked it with the meter. If there is electricity going on, none of the fuses have blown or anything like that, so it should work. But yeah, it's like, it's just jumping connections to jumping connections to jumping connections. So next time I have some free time, I just completely redo that whole freaking wiring and hopefully get things working. But yeah, that's for that for now, and I will see you on the next one.